Hey y'all, I'm coming today with a project share. This is actually another of the stitch strawberry um, that I have made for you all. This uses this die from Paper Tray Ink. It's called In Stitches Strawberry. As many of you know, I've been designing for them. And this is my second die that's come out in the actually July release, I think. So I used this floss from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's only because this is the color that I felt kind of matched the felt best to make the strawberry seeds. So I used this floss here, this top color. If I had it's called Goldenrod is what the name is here. If I had a DMC floss, I would have used that, but I didn't. And then this felt is from my stash. I believe it's Strawberry Slush from Tailored Expressions. And it is very much a strawberry color. This, I believe, is some Benzie Designs felt. I had a scrap of this laying in my drawer where I have my scraps, and I just pulled it out because it was big enough to cut the actual stem, you know, the stem of the strawberry. This piece is shorter because that's where the felt ended, but it didn't bother me because, you know, it's just that little stem that comes off the top anyway. And I added a button. I have these vintage buttons because I just thought it would be cute to add to the project and maybe hang a little tag in here or something like that. So what this is like I said, it's a strawberry pouch, but it is a sachet. And what I've done is stuffed it with some lavender. And I created these pouches, and there's a how-to after this part of the video. There's a how-to on how I created this, and this is using some cheesecloth that I got at Hobby Lobby and lavender that I've had in my stash for a while. I keep it in this jar. This is a vintage jar, and it has kept it very fragrant for the years that I've had it. I mean, it still is very strong when you open the bottle. So the sachet is down inside here. And you're going to see some threads. Sorry about that. But the sachet is down in here. You can kind of see it. And it is open at the top. So that it, you know, as the scent starts to kind of go away, I can just refill it with another one of these pouches. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you're interested in how I created this piece of the project, keep watching. And thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you later. Bye for now. Hey everybody, so I'm back to share with you how I'm making these scented sachets. This is the strawberry that I have already stitched and planned to put a sachet inside. So as you know, I've got it open here at the top, and it's a very small opening purposely so that whatever I put inside doesn't just slide out, but it lets the person put in a new refreshed patch or pocket in here. So I just want to show you how I've made this, or how I attempted to make the sachet. So I'm using this cheesecloth that you get at Hobby Lobby. This happens to be the snow colored. It comes in a roll like this, and get it on sale because they go half off. So I bought this some time ago, and it was $4.99 regular price, but you can get it on sale when it's half off. Or 40%, whatever. I haven't been into a Hobby Lobby in forever. So what I did was I took the length, I cut some of it, and then I fold it in half. So I'm going to be making multiples of these. So I went ahead and sewed it. So what I've done is I sewed at the end after folding the entire length in half. I sewed it up the side here to make one of the sides of the pocket. And I will just trim off this excess here because I don't need it. I don't want to cut that line that I've sewn though. And then I've gone ahead and sewed it again on the other side. You can see the extra threads. This isn't going to matter because you're not going to see this anyway. But I've sewn it here, and then I sewed it here. And that is so that all I need to do is, once I've stuffed it with whatever scent that I want to stuff it with, all I got to do is sew the top, across the top, so to close all of these pockets. And I will probably just do them one or two at a time. I'm not going to sew them all shut now or stuff them all now. I'm going to just do a few at a time. And what I plan on doing is filling it with this. This is the lid of my jar, but filling it with this lavender that I've had in this jar for a long time, and it still smells very much like lavender. And I do have a really long spoon, and I keep the spoon in there. This is a teaspoon. So it's got a long handle to go all the way down to the jar, and because I folded it in half, there is a pocket here, and I just have to find the place where I can stuff it in. Now, because this is cheesecloth, right, there's multiple layers here, and there's really 2 layers on each side. So all I've got to do is leave it open like this, and then go to fill it with my spoon, right? And I'm not going to fill it like so that it's super full, because I don't want the stuff to go all the way to the top. I just want enough that you have the scent and you have, you know, enough in a pocket. So I'm not going to fill it like super tight so that it's fat and everything. I'm just going to put a couple of spoonfuls in here and then close it up. So there's probably about, what, 4 or 5, and then I'll sew it across the top, but I won't sew it right at the edge. I'll probably come in about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, so it's like this, right? And then what it's designed to do is that, like I said, once I sew it across the top, all I've got to do is cut the pouch apart from the next one. So I'm all ready to kind of do this as like a assembly line. See that? So just pretend they're stuffed. So I just wanted to show you that really quickly, and then I'll come back and, well, you'll see the actual finished product beforehand. So that's pretty much how I did these pockets. Hey, so I'm back. I have stitched across the top here, and one thing I forgot to mention is as I stitched along the sides at the top and the bottom, I did do a back stitch on both ends. So I did a back stitch at the top of this bag and then the bottom of this bag, just to make sure that the what do you call this, potpourri or whatever, the dried lavender, would stay inside the sachet. When I went across the top, you could see I did the first 3. This is about 3 to 4 tablespoons of the dried lavender. As I went across the top for each package, I did do again a back stitch at each of the edges, so over here and over here. So as I cut up the middle of this, you'd see this 2 seams right here. As I use my scissors to cut across it, you don't get like you won't get a unraveling, because I did do a back stitch across the top. So that's what I'm going to do, and try not to cut, of course, across those 2 lines, because those are your separating between your separation between the pouches. So just make sure you don't cut across that. So I'm going to cut one off. And you can see that the edges are, you know, they're unfinished. It's fine. I'm going to spread out the lavender a little bit so it's flatter. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off the top of this, because I don't need this either, because I did a stitch across the top, and I made sure to back stitch across both each end. And because it is fabric, it should be able to fit just fine. I'm going to fold it in half to insert it. Hopefully it will fit just fine, and then I'll spread it out while it's in there. And I don't think that any of the I'm doing it off camera. I don't think that any of the lavender will fall out, because again, it's you know, inside of this cheesecloth, 2 layers on both sides, and sewn all the way around 3 sides plus the fold. So just going to kind of stuff that down in there. And then, as I said, this is something that is reusable, because I left it open at the top, and as the scent wears away, you can make your own scents to put in here. And I didn't have anything strawberry scented at this time, and I didn't want to go and order it just now, but I'm just going to kind of spread it out on the inside here, and that's the finished project with the stuffed sachet inside. And you can work it around so that it's like even on all sides, you know. And I kind of eyeballed to see what size pocket I wanted. I didn't actually measure it with a ruler or anything. So that is it. Thanks for watching.